Do you feel summer is on its way? Because I sure do, because we're going to get every single pop from round 6 to 140 with just the Inferno Ring. Not just up to round 100, but 140. This requires pixel perfect placement so it can attack both the left and the right. Okay, so it's not hitting the right, sorry, the left, so we need to restart. What about here? Will it be able to shoot both sides? Okay, it's shooting the left. And it's shooting right. Okay, we've got our pixel perfect placement down. So faster shooting and more attacks. I don't want to lose this spot. I should upgrade at the beginning of the round. Here. And what about here? Yes, lovely. We can finally begin. We need as much damage as possible, which is why we're going with bottom path cross path rather than the middle path cross path for that extra pierce. But we need that damage instead of the pierce because we have a way of increasing our pierce with the top path village. I do want Geraldo as soon as possible, but the question is, can we get through round 9 without needing any more upgrades? And that is going to be a yes, we can do it. Hopefully, Geraldo is now down. I need even more attacks. I need even more attacks. Even faster shooting is required. Can we even get there though? That's the question. Yes, hopefully. Don't need any glue so far because within like the 20s, 30s, we need to rely on Geraldo's items a lot in order to get through these rounds with just the tack shooter doing damage. All pops round 140. Only our tack shooter can do damage. Now here's the tricky thing about this challenge. We need hot shots, but we cannot at all go into Arena Fire because then we'll have issues with purple balloons, and even when we get Jerry's Fire, we still need to retain hot shots until we get an MIB up and running and effective attack shooter, which then we can go into the MIB territory. Otherwise we can't pop purples. Will pink balloons be an issue? We'll soon see. Oh, there's one pink balloon left. And they all went down surprisingly enough. Lovely. Can we get through round 17? Yeah, regrows are going to be a huge issue because we can damage them, but we can't always destroy them. And obviously this map gives enough time, and this is so short in range, that they can more than likely regrow back. Not an issue when it comes to yellow regrows, but when it comes to stuff like zebra regrows, now that's going to be an issue because they will be able to multiply then. More regrows, more pink balloons, not an issue whatsoever. Now, our next move is going to depend on how round 20 goes, because I want to deploy down a village and then us not being able to get through this round. But because we skipped the pink layer, we don't have to worry about that extra speed. Obviously, since we've gone up to hot shots, we cannot apply sharpening stone to our tag shoot here. Not like we would anyways, because we are blazing with that fire. Okay, these pink balloons are going to be an issue right here because this tag shooter's not hitting them. A tube of glue and a village to increase its range marginally. Let's see how we go along now. Yeah, I put the glob of glue, the glob of glue over here so that they can still kind of retain their glue form even when they're on the further parts of the track. So if you place it at the very beginning, then obviously they'll use up more of their time being glued, and from there, well, they'll be able to not be glued later on in the track. Just like these blue balloons as a demonstration. Normally for round 24, you just put a stack of old nails at the end of the track, but because since this is all pops, we need to apply the invisibility potion to our attack shooter here. Also, Geraldo's our hero for the day because it's Geraldo. Geraldo is the best Mega Pop support hero ever, and there is no denying that. For various niche scenarios, you would pick something like Striker Jones or Gwen or Pat, but Geraldo is just overall the best in the world, in the game, in this existence. Yeah, but round 26, that's going to be another ball game to encounter. Go up to a commerce when I want to put down another village over here within range of this discount village. Yeah, that clears up round 26. These top of amazing glues are going to be very, very well. amazo. Need to control some of these yellow balloons, but I fear this one might, or some of these might make it to the end of the... No! 2 dob of amazing glues required for round 27. That's not good, but not bad either. It's about 50-50 on the spectrum of okay and not okay. Yellow balloons are a huge Pierce issue sometimes. What this has at the moment that it's lacking is Pierce, but at least we can get through the yellow regrowths just fine. Just fine, not comfortably, but just fine. Another village required. And also put this up to commerce, but yeah, these few balloons are going to be a problem. With a bit of speed control, can we do this round 30? Once we get to Jerry's Fire, we'll be very sorted. Ah yes, we grow zebras. That's just going to be a huge issue here, because look at how they're multiplying and the glue just makes it worse. No, they're going to multiply. Pickles and more glue. Let's forgo this upgrade for just a little bit and just concentrate on these creepy idols, and hopefully they make the difference. And oh gosh, we've still got 2 regrows left to deal with, and they could multiply. Zebra, would you put... No. Oh, thank you. Please. Thank goodness. I don't want to see those regrows again on round 31. At least for this video anyways. Round 33. Famous for having camo balloons, but no regrow balloons. I'd rather have camo balloons than regrow balloons because of our lack of range and a lack of pierce. We have damage, but we just don't have anything to actually go through balloons with. More glue required, it seems, so that they can slow down to a point where they can be hit. Goodness sakes, this is just the stuff of nightmares. Yellow balloons galore. Nope, still again, not being affected by either the glue or the creepy idol. I love this game. It can be done, it's just a matter of doing it and relying on Geraldo's items. This is definitely Geraldo carried for these first few rounds of this challenge, but I promise you after round 40 it's going to get significantly easier. Yeah, thank you, please stop those. And just a red left, and oh, creepy idols have gone. Rip creepy idols. They are not so creepy anymore. And this round is going to cause us some issues as well. Lovely! Although we do have the means now of... Well, I'd rather go jungle drums first because we can still put a invisibility potion if we do have that issue. Yeah, despite the increased rate of fire, we still need some support in the form of glue. I'm going to put it on as soon as the rainbows come out, actually. So I'm going to put it over here, slow those down, and slow down anything at the front as well, just for safekeepings. But we still need more pierce. Look at that. We've got damage, but not enough pierce. Will the creepy idol down here make any difference? I hope. Chuck a few back. Come on. Okay, it's working. Just come off it. You're such a tease. This can be done. It will be done. Hopefully it will be done. Just don't let any pink balloons escape down. For goodness sakes, it's always like this. With a glue placed later on in the track, it means that the pink balloons won't have a chance to be freed from the spell of the glue itself. Just out of greens, I like that. I've finally gone through that round. Oh great, there's this round. And the risk of camo balloons and primary training. I just realised that can actually help us out a lot here. Yes, I've just noticed the difference. I love it. More range, pierce and projectile speed. But most importantly, more pierce. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't think of that earlier. See, we got the money for primary training. It's such a cheap but very powerful upgrade for our hotshots here. With bottom bar. I think we should get radar scanner at some point, but we're still got 8 rounds of that, so I'm thinking... Hold on, how long have we got left until... We might hold off actually and upgrade Geraldo to level 8 on round 39 manually. We need the moolah for the Jerry's Fire, and there goes all of it. So Jerry's Fire, 2360, I will take that, and now this run will be significantly easier from this point onwards, I promise. There won't be any hiccups like this, perhaps maybe 140. So that's the only obstacle really that we've got left. Radar scanner for that default camo detection. Got the Jerry's fire, obviously, for more means of damage. Like, this is definitely carried by Geraldo, but still, all of our pops are done by the tag shooter. Ceramics, no issues here as far as I can see. They make it pretty far, but not far enough to get through all of the track. Put in another monkey village, just so it makes our MIB that bit cheaper. This one will also be an MIB, and under the influence of these two, obviously upgrades to this will be a bit cheaper. So we've got Homeland Defense, Call to Arms, Primary Mentoring, obviously. We'll get an overclock established soon enough. Got MIB, so now we're going to get Ring of Fire, then Primary Mentoring for more range, and Tier 1 upgrades on primary towers from now onwards will be free, so both our glue gunners will be under the influence of it. Yeah, this is why we need to keep our hot shots pre-MIB so that our our Jerry's Fire and our Ring of Fire can actually do something against the purple balloons. Otherwise, well, they'll just sail on right through. Now, do we need another Jerry's Fire? Not for this round, but for the next round, maybe. We will do, actually. I don't trust Ring of Fire against MOABs, especially without support. Primary mentoring. We're going to get ourselves the engineer up here right now. Just hope that you're not going to pop any balloons at all. What is that? That, my friend, is a MOAB. That is ready for Easter. Put you up there. Oh my god, there's that balloons there. Do not get popped by the cleansing foam. Thank you. Otherwise, that would be disastrous. How's Geraldo looking for pops? 0 pops, good. Jerry's Fire, I forgot about that. And we melt them down. When you have a problem, fire is the solution to almost all problems. Halfway there to getting an overclock. And once we do, our fire rate of our Ring of Fire is going to go up in its fire rate dramatically. When it comes to pickles, I think anything other than Inferno Ring, it actually benefits the tower, but once we do get Inferno Ring, then having pickles is a hindrance rather than a benefit because of how much damage it does per fireball and each time it attacks balloons that are in its radius. They have a combination of primary mentoring and just being nearby a village, along with the better invisibility potion will mean that this will have a much larger range. And also getting Inferno Ring as well. I mean, it is in the name of the video itself, so it wouldn't be the Inferno Ring video if we didn't get the Inferno Ring to begin with. To begin with, as in like getting it at some point. Fire and chocolate don't go well together, especially for the chocolate anyways, but who cares? This is Bloons Tower Defense 6. Bloons, Bloons, however it's pronounced. They're going to go into the melting pot anyways. No longer are you an issue, regrow balloons. You were once my greatest annoyance, but now you are the greatest of melting pot material for my Inferno Ring soon to be. But yeah, there's fortified balloons on this round with the MOABs, so that's not going to be fun at all. I'm thinking about these MOABs in particular, the last 2 of round 62. And there they start to go. Hopefully this one will be popped, and now it's round 63. This should be actually much easier than round 62. Rarely said ever, but we have the potential. We have the heart, the mind, the soul, the charisma, and the charming good looks. But that's the most important factor of all, is the charming good looks. I'm going to try a Giga Chad gameplay here. Going to do that, and then we're going to place our first glue gun of the day over here while it's still ×3. Make our upgrades just a tad bit cheaper. Glue splatter as well. Because once the overclock aspect is gone, then this will be out of the range of this village. I'm telling you, Giga Chad gameplay here. And put it back on the Ring of Fire. Excellent. Our next objective now is, with the setup that we've got running, we've got a means of slowing down MOAB class balloons, but we definitely need to now get Inferno Ring. Summer is on its way. I know it's taken quite a long time to get to this point, but I promise you that it's going to be much smoother from this point onwards. Like, the first 40 rounds or so are a bloody nightmare to try and get every single pop with a hack shooter of all things in a round 140 all pop scenario in a chimps game. So yeah, call to arms, then homeland defense. This one's just going to be call to arms because you can't get more than one homeland defense unless you have mods on. Ultra boost, obviously. We're going to get that one first out of the supports that we have here. 0 pops, 0 pops. You both better remain with one less than 1 pops throughout this entire scenario. So what's our conversation going to be for today when it comes to one of my TED Talks sort of things? Because I know people love my TED Talks and all that jazz. Well, actually, just speaking on point when it comes to fire, our topic of today is going to be around fire itself. The bringer of life, but also in some cases the bringer of destruction and death and doom. Because it's one of those things which is very similar to water, where if you have too much of it, then it will be a destroyer, but with just the right amount, then it's a bringer of warmth. Just like water is the bringer of hydration, of vitality, of life to nature itself. But too much of it is the bringer of death, because there's just simply too much of it in an enclosed space. It's not good for you. Too much water, not good. You will drown. You will not dehydrate, but you just don't ever want too much water at all. That is just a given point in time. It's like with anything, actually. Too much of anything is bad for you. But when it comes to fire, like back in ancient primordial times when fire was first introduced, it was like probably the most advanced thing that human beings have ever not developed, but discovered. Like being able to produce this thing that we see that is in the sky, like resembling the thing that we see in the sky called the sun. And in the UK, we never see the sun at all because it is cloudy 370 days of the year. Where did I get the extra 4 days from, or 5 days if it's not the leap year? Well, it just feels like so long that we just see cloud cover and rain that there is no such thing as sunshine. Although at the moment it is sunny outside, which is very nice, and knowing that, it means that we have a nice spring coming up, since we had such a large amount of rainfall in the UK. Like, on record, we've had the wettest February in the UK on record since records have began. And for like February and then going into March, having a lot of rain does mean we're going to have a nice bountiful spring and hopefully summer as well. But I can guarantee you in the UK, we're still going to have a water shortage. We can't use our hose pipes because there's not enough water. And that's where a little bit of water distribution might be necessary, weather, so that we can evenly distribute that rain out, so when we need it the most, rather than just being flooded at one point. We can apply the better invisibility potion, which we will do later on, but not right now. So, yeah, the UK weather is stupid, and I've lived with it for all my life, for 30 years. That's how old I am, by the way. And yeah, I'm still surprised by British weather even to this day. British? You what? Fire is also a source of light. When you see fire, you can actually, well, when you've got your eyes open and you have the ability to see, which unfortunately some people don't have the ability to see, it is something which you can use as a source of light, which is another benefit of fire. It's a source of light. I don't like the prospect of like artificial light. So even like when I'm just looking at the screen right now to play the game, fire is a more natural source of light. Like the sun, for example, is a gigantic ball of fire and a gigantic source of light. You don't ever look at the sun, and if you have ever dared anyone to look through a telescope at the sun, you're actually probably a borderline criminal for doing that, because you're making someone lose their eyesight, for goodness sakes. Jerry's fire. I believe we're going to need pickles here actually for the ZOMG, because I don't think we're going to be able to do enough damage otherwise. I think the combination of primary mentoring and the better invisibility potion so we can see further actually also benefits with Jerry's fire as well. Like, it can shoot much further than it would normally do otherwise. And I think it also is benefited by pop lusts. Like, if you have a druid down and you apply it to a druid that has like ×5 pop lusts, then it can churn out pretty fast when it comes to its fire rate. But obviously we're not talking about druid today, we're talking about the Inferno Ring today, which obviously we are very, very near now. We should be able to get like round 82, if not round 83. We're still in this phase of trying to get through the first ZOMG. Hopefully this will be the toughest ZOMG we'll ever have to encounter when it comes to the scale of what town we have down at this given point in time. So we are going to the end of round 80 with this gigantic source of fire being the bringer of death to the balloons. It'll be the bringer of victory for us today. So 7k away, oh sorry, 6 to 7k away from the Inferno Ring. If I've ever mispronounced it as Inferno Ring, then my bad. But it's not too far. Round 81, are we going to have a pierce cap issue here? The answer is no. They were about to make it to the exit there, but then the game was like, nope. Not this time, Buster. We're actually going to give flare balloons a chance of success rather than always giving them that stupid yellow balloon death screen. If I ever make merch for like people to buy, yellow balloons are definitely going to be a thing that's going to be on it. Like, number one, it's the opposite of purple, which is my favorite color. But number two, I just see the yellow balloon on the death screen so much in this game, alongside like DDTs and not so much for BAD actually. Like, that's probably my least amount of sources of death in the game. Primarily DDTs and yellow balloons. And ceramics, actually. A lot of ceramics. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, we bought Inferno Ring now. Inferno. My pad again. Next up is going to be Ultra Boost, because we need that ×10 multiplication on its default fire rate as soon as possible. And now we haven't got Pickles, which means our rate of fire is going to go up even more. Yeah, Pickles with the fireballs, not a good mix, because then we chuck out fireballs less, which is not good. And because of primary training, it means that our pierce with the fireballs goes up, rather than going with the middle path, just so that you can get that +1 pierce to your fireballs. I like setting the Inferno Ring to strong so its fireballs targets the strongest most balloon on the screen, because then the rest of the Inferno Ring can actually pop the BFBs and the MOABs and the ceramics in its radius, leaving the fireballs to concentrate on the strongest foes on the screen. Is that a bad thing or is that a good thing? I like to think it's a good thing, but I'll let you decide down in the comment section below. Round 93, how are DDTs going to fare? Not that well at all against our fireballs. And the rate of fire is going to be this thing's source of power when it comes to the fireballs themselves, since it can't really chuck them out that quickly without some speed boosts involved, like overclock, like ultra boost, like call to arms and homeland defense. And well, we could put an alchemist on it, but then that would get pops and that would destroy the challenge of all pops. Round 95, without our MIB, we wouldn't be able to bob these bubble balloons here. Let's see how we go along here. So round 95, there are times where the fireballs don't actually land on the DDTs just because they're so fast, but sometimes the fireballs spend more time trying to go to them rather than actually getting anywhere close to hitting them. So that's why balloons like these BFBs and the MOABs, they're more targetable because they're not as fast. ZOMGs go down to BFBs. BFBs go down to MOABs. MOABs ceramics. Ceramics nothing. I know there's other balloons, but I don't want to list them off. You know what they are. We've seen all of the balloons going up to this point. Okay, Fortified ZOMGs, another story. They're still gonna go down regardless. So far, we have easily proven that this can go up to around 100 and do all pops. But what about those extra 40 rounds in the game? We will find out. Now, with our second glue gunner, we can't go out to Glue Storm because then we won't be able to have 2 rejuve potions ready for round 140. And we need as many times as possible for the Homeland Defense side to be active as possible. Otherwise, we won't be able to churn out enough damage to pop the Fortified BAD. How do I know this? Well, I've tried testing this out in my spare time, and I always only ever get down to like Fortified BFBs and Fortified MOABs and Fortified Ceramics at the end of round 140. Able to pop the regular BAD just fine, but not the Fortified one. We're very close to Ultra Boost now. Going out with a bang. First one, also with the Pinata, is satisfying when the BAD has popped itself. Or when the BAD is popped, sorry. It can't pop itself. I mean, that would be a very, very beneficial BAD for the balloons. Sorry, for the monkeys, not the balloons. Yeah, these DDTs can be a little bit overwhelming, so that's why we need to have overclock on, despite the fact that I want to save up for the Ultra Boost. We should be able to save up for the rest of this round, actually. And can we get it, please? Pretty please. Please, 30 more. That's just such a tease to me. There we go. Now let's apply it to our Inferno Ring. Once we get up to level 10, and that's where we're going to space out the usages of the Ultra Boost, since you can only use 3 around. But I do want to get times 10 as soon as possible. Round 105, 5 Ultra Boost stacks on top, which is lovely at the moment. All these DDTs slow down by the MOAB glue and then incinerated by either the fireballs or just being in the radius of the Inferno Ring itself. And there goes round 106, lovely. Lots of purple balloons. Yeah, there's a surprising number of rounds past 100 where there's just a shocking amount of purple balloons that just spawn out. Because you can't normally get them when, well, you can't actually get them in general when you downgrade a MOAB down to ceramics, and then from there, it's something that can only go from, let's say, a base form from the beginning of a track, then down to pinks and etc. Times 10 Ultra Boost is active on our Inferno Ring. Again, I keep mispronouncing this as Inferno rather than Inferno. We're actually going to switch between these two when it comes to Ultra Boost, because I would like to have a little bit more speed control when it comes to these MOAB Clash balloons here, and sticking more of them will be a benefit rather than a bane. So we're going to interchange between the two of these when it comes to the Ultra Boost usages. And let's say if we don't have an Ultra Boost on at this given point in time, well, we'll just use a Call to Arms to make up for that attack speed loss. So many ZOMGs. They're not all going to be dealt with by the fireballs, but there's going to be a number of them that will. Okay, times 3 Ultra Boost on our MOAB glue gunner here. Why do I have to say glue twice? Because I'm saying MOAB glue for the upgrade and then glue gunner for the tower name itself. Okay, need both active. And 112. Yeah, look how many fireballs we can churn out with both Call to Arms and Ultra Boost active on the Inferno Ring itself. 10k away from the Homeland Defense, which would drastically increase our fire rate, but also as well our Pierce while it's active. Which is why it's incredibly important that we can get as many Homeland Defense usages on round 140. DDTs just been absolutely melted down. Oh dear DDTs, I'm sorry, but I have some bad news for you. In the name of the middle of summer. Oh, we have now got Homeland Defense. Isn't that good news for us? But bad news for the balloons themselves. We are churning out fireballs like there's no tomorrow now. And that is all of the speed boosts that we can get ready for this challenge. I mean, we can get more consistency of the speed boost. But I think now it's time for a bit of a storm going on here. Sorry, a strike, more or less. A glue strike. Yeah, Homeland Defense needed. Homeland Defense needed. More Pierce. Oh my god. Did you just see all of those ZOMGs that got instantly wiped out there? I mean, I'm talking about the surviving ones. I'm talking about ones which are under the influence of both Ultra Boost and Homeland Defense. Again, I'd like Glue Storm, but we don't have the money for it. Okay, so this is going to be very important. We need to eradicate the second BAD as fast as possible. So let's get that one down. Okay, still excellent, excellent, excellent. Target the bads, please. Target the bads so that we don't have an issue with these 2 towers up here not stealing any pops because of the range bug in the game. Also, Relentless Glue might be a little bit helpful. I say might. It helps them to stun. And who's going to say no to some stuns as well? With that now times 10 ultra boosted, we do not need to apply the ability anymore to the Relentless Glue. It may not have even been necessary to put this down, but I just feel like there's a little bit more security involved knowing that with the one glue gunner that can slow down MOABs, it has a little bit more fire rate. We've got 2 MIBs up now with the hopes that this one's going to be a quarter arm, so that we have a little bit more consistency with the quarter arms aspect, but we're not always going to have it. Like, possibly like 3/4 of the time we're going to be able to have it, but not at all of it. We just definitely need a 3rd one, but we don't have the money for it, or the patience, or the time, or most certainly the energy, and the rounds as well. If you enjoyed the video so far, then please be sure to give it a like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what other kind of towers you'd like to try me, like me to try this particular challenge on. Like, I was suggested that perhaps either Inferno Ring or Permacharge could be a thing. Like, I've already proven that Turbocharge can do an all pops challenge. God, that was grueling. But the only reason why I was grueling is because I chose Ultra Boost as my main source of increasing my fire rate rather than Homeland Defense, which would have been a better choice since bottom cross path Turbocharge lacks Pierce. But again, we still have the primary mentoring for that fact. Ooh, DDTs. That first balloon is just the calm before the storm. And this storm is very violent. Fortified DDTs? No, come on. You can do better than that. I know you can do better than that. I've seen you do better than that. You was almost at the exit there. Maybe I would have eaten my own words there if that did not pop those fortified ceramics at the very end of the track. Oh great, more purple balloons, more ingredients for the melting pot. Our 2nd quarter arms is now down, so there are going to be times where I'm just going to rely on quarter arms because I really want Homeland Defense for when I really need it. Like 138 is definitely going to be around where Homeland Defense is needed. Like, no lie, it will be needed. Dorado 0, Ultra Boost 0, good. You never want to go with top path cross pathing when it comes to an all pops challenge. You don't ever want to go with pin. That's it. And that's just for fun slowdown of the balloons themselves. But why would you want to do that? Let's increase the range and then put on the Jerry's fire for just that little bit more firepower. And a bit more fire as well. When it comes to purchases, the only thing we've got left now are Geraldo items, but obviously there are some items which we would never ever want to put down. Like stack of old nails, pickles obviously is going to be a hindrance, the little shooty turrets, no. Ghost fire only on the Inferno Ring, yes. The blade traps, no. The bunnies, no. The genies, no. Paragon power totems, just why? I hate sneezes when they're built up, but they don't want to come out at all. Like, you feel it building up in your nostrils, but they just don't come out at all. It's like, please let me sneeze. Just let me release you. For goodness sake, stop teasing me into doing that. Thank you very much. Like, I need to expel this pressure that's in my nostrils, but yet you're denying me because of some odd biological reason. Yes, fireballs just keep on churning out at the strongest most target. We do not we don't want the balloons to escape at all, and that's why we need to downsize them as much as possible. Ooh, Homeland Defense and Quarter Arms is needed here. And there goes round 135. 2nd time success. We just need to churn out more fireballs next time. That's what it was. That's what we needed. Oh, this is where we're going to meet a huge amount of Pierce caps here, because all of the balloons that spawn this round, they all seem to have spawned in 3 massive groups. The MOABs in one group, BFBs in another group, and ZOMGs in another group. And there's just so much Pierce to try and compensate for. Again, don't want to use the Homeland Defense, but we might have 2. Just stick with Call to Arms for a moment here. Yeah, Call to Arms is only required. And now 138. This is so like round 99 in a way. That's like perhaps around 98. Was it 78? Possibly 78 actually, as I'm thinking about it now. But just look at them all being melted down. Excellent. Now then, this round. This is going to be a free round, and we're not going to be using any more abilities. We're going to completely preserve these abilities for 140. So, what we're going to do, we're going to firstly apply you, and hopefully you don't do anything stupid. So, round 140, we're going to apply the glue strike. First and foremost, we're going to apply Call to Arms first. I know this sounds stupid, but just keep on board here with me. Once Call to Arms exits, we're going to use Homeland Defense. We're going to go to Geraldo. We're going to use Rejuve Potion. Then once Rejuve Potion expires, we're going to be using Homeland Defense again. You see where I'm going with this? Okay, now with that on board, we're going to go with Rejuve Potion again. We're going to stick again, hopefully, and then use another Homeland Defense. The fireballs are still only targeting the bad here, which is what we need. And then go on to Call to Arms, and hopefully that should be it, question mark. Perhaps we popped it too soon, because we need Homeland Defense with Fortified DDTs. I'm just thinking about this right now. And, oh, can we? Can we? Oh no. Wait, that's not how it's meant to be. So yeah, this is a bit of a travesty, actually. There goes the first bad. And then the second bad, hopefully at some point. Okay, there's my DDTs. Okay, they're gone now. Oh no, I used them both too soon. No! I should not have done that. I should have waited until a little bit later to use them. Yeah, these are going to escape, actually. We don't have enough fireballs to churn them all out. Yeah. That's really bizarre.
Yes.
Oh, come on. Yeah, yes! Done it! 1.5 hours. Well, that is certainly an achievement in and of itself. Inferno Ring, all pops. Sorry, I was beginning to doubt myself there with those last few attempts. I'm like, surely I cannot do this. But it's down to, yeah, Creepy Idol RNG to see if it actually is, you know, working or not when it comes to its ability to store MOAB class balloons there. And it did actually. It stored the DDTs, sorry, the ZOMGs and DDTs actually for a long amount of time in certain cases there. So that was brilliant. Very happy about it. Thank you so much, Geraldo, for being the MVP when it comes to support, when it comes to the early rounds and this round in particular. 20,095,610 pops. Not a single steal from any other tower. Sorry if this video is a bit lengthy, but the early rounds were there for showing, just to see how painful this scenario is because of the short range of the the tank shooter. Definitely can't do it with middle path because there's not enough damage per fireball. So thank you all so much for watching, and hopefully you don't get glued in a trap in some cases where you'll just keep on dying. And also the Elite Lich Polyphemus event has ended. Thank goodness. Wait, what was that? Thank you so much for watching and take care of yourselves, everybody.